property market is pumping, shouldn't buy. Property park market is not pumping, you shouldn't buy. So when should you buy?
It's interesting. Okay, this is always really interesting. So now the market has come off and the buyers decide that they're going to disappear.
Not going to buy.
So I just want to ask anyone who's looking to buy, are you waiting for the market to heat up again?
Yeah.
Until you all come out and start buying together and competing against one another? That's usually what we see. So in a hot market, when the property market goes up, the buyers are lining up down the street for property and they're overpaying for it. But now that you got your David Jones half-yearly clearance sale, you've decided that you are just going to sit and wait. I'm confused. I'm really confused. This is going to be a heart-to-heart today because there's stuff.
I can feel the emotion already started. But,
I'm worked up today.
So hot, I'm not going to buy because it's too hot. Market is so cold, I'm not going to buy because it's so cold. When the hell do you buy?
Yeah.
I'll tell you when you buy. You know what? I had a great conversation yesterday with a client that's Owen Shear. And he goes, and he loves a chat about property. And he goes, mate, you must have your clients at the moment, the real savvy guys buying shit at the moment. And I said,
yeah.
And I said, Owen, I'll be honest with you. I said, my biggest property clients, got a fair few of them, like people that own and bought a lot of property, very experienced, probably the most experienced out of any that I know.
Yeah.
I said, you know when they buy? And he said, when? I said, all the time.
Yeah.
I said, in a hot market, they were saying, what do you got that's a good buy? I said, in a cold market, they got, what do you got that's a good buy? In a lukewarm market, like it's not time in, it's time in. So the one thing that these guys all have in common is that they own these properties for 10, 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit if they're buying at the peak.
No, they don't care.
They don't give a shit if they're buying at the low.
Because it's all long-term transacting, but it's so frustrating when we see this, when we're looking at properties going, wow, that's really good value, and then there's no buyer buying that property. It honestly, I'm perplexed by it, absolutely. And guess what? And then the market turns around, and as I said, then we've got buyers lining up down the street. So now here's the other thing. There's been a lot of stuff going on in the news of late about property, and this is really getting me worked up.
Yes.
There's obviously really worked up. So there's obviously been reports about, auctioneers that are reporting that no stock is selling at their auctions on particular weekends, and they are the facts.
Yes.
No disputing that.
Yes.
They are the facts.
Yeah, shit agents.
But the auctioneers, and I'm talking about some phenomenal auctioneers, the auctioneers are coming in at the 11th hour and they are auctioning a property.
Yes.
Are they running the campaign?
No.
Okay. Are they going in and appraising the property?
No, Lisa.
No. Okay. How long ordinarily is an auction campaign running for?
4 weeks, Lisa.
Okay. So an auction campaign's been running for 4 weeks. Did the auctioneer run that campaign for the 4-week period?
No.
So what intervention did the auctioneer have in the campaign?
None.
They've come in at the 11th hour. They've met with the vendor maybe a few days before via a Zoom. And they're saying to the vendor, you're wanting to sell? Yes. You understand the state of the market? Yes. So there's a little bit of conditioning going on there, but they haven't run the campaign.
So don't blame the market, blame the agent.
Is it the agent? Because I can tell you now, guys, I just transacted this week my 4th property, exchanged my 4th property this week, and that is the 2nd week running. And this is a shit market.
Calm down, Liz.
It infuriates me because we've got to make sure that the facts that are getting out there are right. Now, I was interviewed for a TV show the other day.
Yes.
And a well-known TV show. It's a news-style show. And the producer had me on the phone asking me a whole lot of questions. Now, I don't know if she heard all the answers that she wanted to hear, because I think that the answers that she wanted were the doom and gloom ones, because that's what makes for great news.
Yep.
And I said to her, it's not all that bad.
No.
People are transacting property. property is still being listed and property is still being sold. Now, if property isn't being sold, it's because either the agent came in and gave incorrect information about where a property sat in the current market, right? Or an agent hasn't been giving honest information about what is going on, not even week by week, day by day in the property market, right? The agents should be having daily communication in this kind of market with their vendors. Would you agree or not?
Yep. Buyers are there at a low
There's
price.
buyers there.
Buyers are there.
No, Mark, not at a low price. No,
Buyers are
at market price.
Whatever. Buyers are not there at a high price.
Yeah.
So if an agent is going to price a property high and expect the market's going to pay high, or what you call premium, they're not. But even a low price or even a average price is a good price, because property prices just went up 30-40%. So if you back 5 or 10%, who gives a shit? You're still doing really, really well.
Okay, but aside from that, I'm just saying
this is a phenomenal property market on average. But
well, we were just talking about it now.
Like worldwide, this is a phenomenal property market. It still is.
100%. But Mark, we were just talking about it now. We just had it finished doing a morning walk, and as we do, really romantic morning walk, we spoke about real estate the whole time. But let's have a look at a 2-bedroom apartment in DY. Now, they were selling, so your average, not like your lead-in price for a 2-bedder in DY, nothing extraordinary, just your average 2-bedder in DY. Neatly renovated. It's got a lock-up garage. They're selling now for circa 850 to 900,000. That's the average sale price right now for an average 2-bedder.
10 years ago, they were.
But hang on, back in November. I know, but that was 10 years ago. But back in November, those same properties were transacting for somewhere between 1 to 1.1 mil. Okay, we agreeing on that?
I agree with you.
Okay. But you're still doing well at your 850 to 900. I just said to you, Mark, I remember my brother buying a 2-bedder in DY, 3-4 years ago for 610.
Yep.
Did you not make money on that?
Yep.
I'm sorry, this is not the shit market that everyone's talking about.
No.
Property is still transacting. You've got to ask yourself, are you getting the right information from your agent, not your auctioneer? By the time the auction comes, it's too late.
It's true.
It's too late. How many cleanups have we done in the last couple of weeks off the back of other agents?
Yeah.
We just did one the other day.
Look, I think it's just important that there's some balance. There's some balanced media out there, because at the moment,
I agree.
When you're hearing, and balance is, it's look at the data, look at the history, and it's been an incredible performing property market. It still is.
Yep.
And so you may want to shit on it because of the last 3 months or 1 month, but at the end of the day, prices are good. Prices are, everyone who is owning property has done very, very well.
Yeah.
And it's proven to be a stable property market. Like in the GFC, it held its head high. In the recession, it's held, like it's just taken average over the last 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
What a fantastic property market. It disappoints me that people just rubbish a market over what's happening in 3 months. Agents and sellers have to meet the market, have reasonable expectations.
Yeah.
It sells. Buyers are out there at a price. They're not out there at the prices 3 or 6 months ago. But even on balance, kids, like you've probably owned the property 5, 10 or 15 years, you've killed it.
But can I tell you something, Mark? Something else that's going on at the moment is I'm getting a call. Now, it was happening once a week. Now it's happening once a day. I'm getting a call from vendors that have listed with other agents, not necessarily on the Northern Beaches, but they've listed with other agents. Their property has been sitting on the market for months.
Yep.
Right. And they're going, Lisa, now I've got this offer. What do I do? Do I take it? I'm like, I'm sorry, where's your agent in all of this?
Yep.
Like, very happy to help people, don't get me wrong. But I had a lady call me up the other day. She's got a 1-bedroom apartment. Actually, this one happened to be in DY. She's got an offer on it at the moment, and she's asking me all the questions. And I said, I'm really happy to help you out anytime at all, Tina, but where's your agent? She said, well, it's gotten to a stage now, I don't believe anything that he says.
Yep.
Well, listen, guys, be honest. be honest and everything will be okay. I called a vendor the other day and said, not happy with the group numbers that have been coming through. We need to meet the market on price. He said, my wife doesn't want you to do that. I said, you know what you need to do? You need to just close your eyes and ears and just let me do my job.
Yeah.
Because we are transacting property.
Don't listen to your wife.
And I didn't say, I don't want to start any divorces. But look, the thing is that we did get to meet the market price on the property. We do need to remain competitive in the marketplace. And then guess what happened on Saturday? 9 buyers came through the property.
Yeah,
9.
huge. And also, I think you got to read between the lines. I think financing is harder, which then kicks on to property. So if it's harder to fund a property, well, they're not going to pay as much for a property. So, sometimes it's not necessarily a reflection of the asset. It's a reflection of how much the buyer's got in their pocket to buy the asset. So, whether it's the asset class of property or the asset class of stocks or whatever that may be, like it's if you can't fund it, you will pay less. And the fact is, it is harder to fund property. Why? Because the government's trying to be more humble in their approach and get people to spend less money to slow inflation down. Everything's a byproduct of that. So you may think you may see property doing that, but I think everything's going to have a slight softening on pricing because the government wants that.
Yes, the government wants to slow everything down. But I'll be honest with you, every second, well, I don't know, you might want to tell that to the millions of people that have gone from Australia over to Mykonos and Croatia. I feel like every second Instagram post I see is someone else overseas. I don't think they're too concerned about the fact that they're spending up all this money. The restaurants are full.
The music stopped.
Hey?
The music stopped.
Which music's that? You've got to jump on Instagram. Honestly, I think we're the only ones that are not overseas.
We're doing this from Greece at the moment, actually.
Do we look like we're in Greece? I've got a neck scarf on.
We just got out of my borders and just put this on. So we were not in Sydney.
Every other person is overseas.
In the morning.
It's unbelievable. We're here working away, loving it.
So that's your rant?
That's my rant, yes. Just be careful, guys. No.
Okay, keep going.
No. But just make sure that news that is being reported is accurate.
You're still going on about it.
I am, yes, because I'm really worked up about it. So just, the auctioneers and the clearance rates, the auctioneers are coming in at the 11th hour. So a generic campaign that runs for an auction is 3 to 4 weeks.
Yep.
And that auctioneer is coming in at the 11th hour and running the auction.
Yep.
Didn't run the campaign.
No.
Right? And I have immense respect for these auctioneers. That lots of them are great friends of ours. But just make sure that we're getting the correct facts.
Except for Vic LaRusso.
Love Vic LaRusso. Come on. He's the best. Love Vic LaRusso. Love Tom Panos. Love all those guys.
Yep.
But just make sure that you're getting the facts right. Jump onto realestate.com and Domain. And the day that we see 0 properties sold over the last couple of weeks is the day that we are well and truly. But at the moment, we're not seeing that. We're definitely not seeing that.
Friday Frenzy.
What else?
In the last week, what happened?
Wow, it has been extraordinarily busy. As I said, with sales, listings are a little bit on the lighter side. I've got a beautiful old house coming on in Freshwater.
Yep.
Absolutely beautiful. But it's been really busy. Even stock that was sitting around for a little while.
Can I even maybe have the last 30 seconds?
Go. Okay, I'm moving out of this.
No.
Go. It's all yours.
That's all right.
Stage is all yours.
So what else? Okay. Oh, I'll talk now.
Okay.
Lisa, what else happened?
No, go.
Yeah.
Go.
No, that's all right. Friday Frenzy.
Yes.
What else happened this week in property?
What's happening with rentals? Let's talk about.
We've got staff on leave.
Everyone's in Mykonos and Croatia. That's why.
Yeah. So a lot of our crew have taken leave, which has made us work harder, which is good. But everyone's getting back.
Can we just talk about the rental market? Because we had a big staff meeting on Tuesday.
Yes, because on the
spoke with our property managers.
Yes. Media rents up. A lot of landlords are coming back saying, my interest rates are gone up. I'm passing it on.
Yeah.
I want my tenant to pay more. I was good to my tenant over COVID. I want my tenant to pay more. But we're not seeing the rents going up. In most sectors in the northern beaches, I'm talking basic investment properties, not premium investment properties. Yeah. They are the same, or maybe touch back. But houses, premium stuff, they've definitely gone up.
But again, just don't believe the hype. Look, I'm suggesting to anyone reach out to a local real estate agent. I'm getting these calls every day, every day. People are literally just calling.
If you want to know the lowdown,
can I talk? This is good. We should have this like should have this as a show, like domestics with Lisa and Mark Novak.
Yeah.
Actually, funnily enough, we actually don't argue much.
Yeah.
We don't argue, considering we live together and we work together. We don't argue much.
No, you just don't talk to me.
I go, yeah, I will. I'm a silent treatment type of girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have time. I actually don't have time for all of that stuff. No. So I'm just like, you know what? Just leave me and I'll come back to you when I'm over it. This
doesn't
is the
happen
truth.
much though.
Doesn't happen much.
No,
what you see is what you get actually with us, I must be honest.
Happened the last holiday we just had.
Yeah, it's only because Mark took me to a farm that was muddy, and it had rats. Like, no girl wants to be in a place where there's rats. Michelle's on here. I can see there's a girl on here. Help me out. And it was bucketing down rain and there was nothing to do there except chop wood, ride a dirt bike,
which I didn't do,
jump on an RTV in the rain,
which I didn't do.
And that was it. Girls, help me out. Is there anyone that's going to be happy doing that on a holiday? I'm sure there's some out there, but that's not my idea of a holiday. Not when we work 360 days of a year.
Anything else for Friday Frenzy?
What else? No, I think that's about it.
Well, you know what? It's definitely school holidays, so I think that everyone's going to get back. When do the public schools get back next week?
No, I think everyone's going back here in New South Wales. I think it's different in other states, but here in New South Wales, everyone's going back this coming week. Yeah,
which is good. So get back to the normal run, volumes, rentals we spoke about, commercial with commercial pumping.
Oh, can you talk about that for a sec? Someone was asking me the other day. Talk about what's going on with commercial.
Yep, commercial doing well. Yields, people were used to be paying about for a good asset of 4.2% yield.
Yeah.
Now they're paying a 5.2% yield.
Wow.
That's almost a swing of 10 or 20% in the price.
Wow.
So that's so landlords are expecting greater rental returns, but just because purely what they're lending their money at, they're lending their money for more, so they need a better rental return. But stuff's renting really well on the northern beaches, commercial wise, and I don't think people are flocking back to the city. So people are getting used to that whole we're gonna move our business to the northern beaches.
I don't know about that, Mark.
Flocking. They're going back, but they're not going back. They're not going back to 5 days a week, 80 hours.
Well, if you look at our daughter, she's in advertising. Yeah. They've got to. So they had the option of working from home or coming into the office a couple of months ago. Now it's mandatory. They must be in the office a minimum of 3 days a week.
They're blending it.
What's going to happen with the next COVID wave, do you reckon? Not that I want to talk about COVID. I'm so sick and tired of hearing about it. But what do you reckon is going to happen this round?
It's just going to be a fluff.
Do you think?
Yep.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, I think the whole lockdown thing's finished.
You think it's over?
Yeah. And you know what else? This is part of life now. So we know how to operate in both environments.
Yeah.
The normal environment, the COVID environment. And I think, it's just, and not only that, we survived. So I think that's given everyone a lot of internal strength and structure on what to do in those particular shit times. Now, if it happens in another way economically, where something happens in the world, sure, we don't know what's going to happen. But if it's a COVID thing, we know how to react.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. That's the difference this time around. Yeah. We know what that default plan looks like. That's the difference. That's a show, guys. That's it.
Oh, you're amazing today, Lee.
You guys. Have a great day.
Give us a thumbs up if you thought Lisa was fantastic.
Have a great day.
Give us a heart. Give us a like.
Oh,
you did really well, Lisa.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
The passion was incredible.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
The drive that you've got there, real.
Something happens on Fridays, Mike. It's really annoying.
The way you have that really ability to connect with people. Wendy Isaac says definitely not.
Yeah, that's about the farm. See? Thank you, Wendy. See, look, Michelle, no. That's what I'm telling you. No girl. It's not just Lisa. It's no girl wants to be put on a farm with nothing to do The only holiday that I got for the year, 3 years, I think, and I was stuck in mud, literally.